If you're like most people, you'd love to earn more money. Just think of the possibilities you'd have if you were to double or triple your annual income. It would likely mean a more comfortable lifestyle, more time spent enjoying moments with friends and family, an early retirement, and less financial stress. This video demonstrates proven strategies that countless people are using to earn life-changing amounts of money without doing anything extraordinary. Stay to the end to hear the most enjoyable way to bring in thousands of extra dollars each month. My name is Chris, and I help teach people about money, personal finance, and investing. If you want to become financially free and not have to worry about money, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you find it helpful. Further your education. In many cases, the more schooling you have under your belt, the more earning potential you have. Will you be able to earn more money if you pursue a higher degree? Would furthering your education help you move into a position that would be a better fit for you? Well, not always the case. A higher level of education generally means a higher income. Earning your associate's, bachelor's, or master's degree could qualify you for new career opportunities with higher pay. Furthering your education could consist of getting some type of certification or license related to your field, or it could just be learning by reading or doing online research to expand your knowledge. Gain more skills. What are you good at? What type of skills could you work on in order to bring in more money? This will largely depend on your current line of work or the line of work you're looking to get into. Most of the time, those with more skills are going to be paid more than entry-level workers, and the better you are at your craft, the more money you can charge for your time. Honing your sales skills, for example, could be extremely helpful. It's been said that sales is the most important skill because it applies to any field, and it's even more helpful if you're currently in a sales position. If you're a tradesman, getting better at your job will provide more opportunities and more upward potential. Even if you drive for Uber or DoorDash, improving the performance related to that job could earn you more money. Remember, if you don't have any skills, how can you expect to earn more than a paltry wage? If you're not sure where to begin, try to work on skills that could be beneficial for your current work. Otherwise, determine what field you'd like to go into and focus on skills related to that. Ask for more money. Good things come to those who ask for them. Remember, the chances of your employer walking around handing out raises to everyone for the fun of it is slim to none. If you feel as though you're deserving of higher pay, you need to make that known by politely but sternly asking your boss for a raise. The worst they can say is no, right? They're not going to fire you for asking. You might be uncomfortable making this request, but the relationship between an employer and employee is a two-way street, and both sides need to be reasonable. Be prepared to defend yourself and explain why you're deserving of the extra pay, and not just because you've been there for a while. Your boss is going to wonder if it makes business sense to pay you more. If they say something like, "We'll consider it after your review at the end of the quarter," take that as a no. Even if it does translate to something, it probably won't be much. It's best to keep your options open and have a backup plan if they refuse to be reasonable. Find a new employer. Sometimes, finding a new job is the best way to increase your income. Not only is it common for employers to pay new hires more than their seasoned, loyal staff for the exact same job despite having never worked for their company, you might end up finding a better fit. Ideally, you should always be on the lookout for a new opportunity. No one really likes switching jobs because they become comfortable where they are. They know their coworkers and they settle into a routine, but refusing to consider options is not good when it comes to pay. Working at a different place could entail doing the exact same job you're currently doing, or it could mean a new job entirely. For example, if you've always worked in a retail setting, maybe it's worth trying a restaurant job. Who knows? You might find you like it more and the pay is better than your previous job. If the pay is no better, you could always look for a job in your old field. The grass isn't always greener, but it very well could be. Work part-time. Of course, no one wants to hear that they should get a second job to earn more money, but if it's only temporary and you can bring in enough money to dig yourself out of a hole, a part-time job is definitely something to consider. Even working just a handful of hours each week or even every other week can make a big difference over the course of 1 year. You could get a second job doing the same thing you do full-time, or you could do something else, such as Instacart, Uber, or work at a restaurant. It's understandable. The last thing people want to do is make their way to a second job after working all week. But if you're able to bring in enough to dig yourself out of debt or begin investing, it will be well worth it. Working a part-time job is not a lifelong commitment. Who knows? You might actually find that you enjoy it. Start a side business. One of the absolute best ways to make a lot of extra money is by starting a side hustle or side business and working for yourself. This can be extremely lucrative because you can set your own rates and charge based on a job completed. As an entrepreneur, you're responsible for how much you can bring in, and it's not set by a boss who might give you a raise after your next review. Window cleaning, pressure washing, and car detailing are just a few examples of how you can make more money per hour than just about any working professional, and many of these jobs can be done at your convenience. Furthermore, they don't require extensive training or a bunch of expensive equipment to get started, and you can potentially work as much or as little as you'd like. A side business could be the perfect complement to your current income, with the potential to far outpace it. Invest in real estate. This is one of the easiest and most passive ways to generate extra income after you get it up and running, and there are varying levels of real estate investing to fit many different situations. It could be as simple as renting out an extra room to a friend or family member, or renting out the room on Airbnb. Most people would rather not have a roommate, but those who don't mind will benefit immensely, and it's an incredibly powerful way to bring in extra income every month. Even though renting out parts of your home isn't the best scenario, the financial reward for the amount of work required is hard to beat. If you had a quiet, neat roommate who worked full-time, would it really be that bad? Even renting out yard space for storage can bring in extra money without the hassle of inviting someone into your home. You don't have to be a homeowner either. If you have extra space in your apartment, you could potentially rent it out. Just make sure your landlord is on the same page. Monetize your hobbies. Do you have any hobbies you enjoy that could potentially bring in some income for you? If you like building things with your hands, maybe you could sell your products on Etsy or Facebook Marketplace. If you're a great cook, maybe you could consider selling your food or provide a cooking service. Are you a pet lover? You could pet sit or walk dogs part-time. Do you like buying things and flipping them, like old furniture, for example? This is a proven business model and many people like doing it. Doing something you enjoy that also pays well is an amazing feeling. Not only are you enjoying your hobby, you're getting paid for it. When you do this, you begin to think of earning money as something that's actually kind of fun, in contrast to a job you hate that you can't wait to leave. There are endless options to bring in substantially more money. The question is, are you willing to set forth the effort required to do so? Those who have a list of excuses as to why each of these won't work for them are setting themselves up for failure. Instead, use these as ideas to decide what would work best for you, and remember that rich people don't very often get there by refusing to work extra. There are unlimited ways to make more money, but you have to be willing to make it happen. And if you are, you're going to be pleasantly surprised at the progress you're able to make.